everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make this cute penguin plushie with its own little scarf and hat from socks and a few other materials. It's super easy to make. So I'm first taking a white sock and I'm going to be stuffing it with wool so that I can make the body. So after I've formed a ball with the wool, I'm going to be cutting off the excess material so that I can easily make a running stitch to seal off this ball. So to make a running stitch, I'm taking my white thread and I'm inserting the needle from the inside of the sock. Then I'm going to insert the needle again from the outside 1 centimeter away from the first stitch. And I'm just going to keep doing this until I've made a full circle around the base. Once I've done that, I'm going to be inserting my needle into every fold I see so that I can make another full circle around the base. Once I've done that, I'll crisscross the needle to fully secure it, and then I'll tie it off with a loop knot. So I'll make a loose stitch and then I'll insert my needle into the loop. And there's our body. So to make the head of my penguin, I'm going to take the leftover white sock and I'm going to seal off one open end with a running stitch, the same way we sealed off the body. Once I've done that, I'm going to stuff it in. I want to make sure that my head is bigger than the body, but of course you can do it any way you like. And then I'll cut off the excess sock just like we did with the body, and I'll make another running stitch to completely seal off the head. To attach the head and the body, I'm going to be making a ladder stitch. To do this, I'll first insert my needle into the head and then I'll insert it into the body. I'll insert my needle into the head and then the body. So I'll repeat this until I feel like the head and the body are fully secure. Now for the colored part of my penguin, I'm going to be using one navy blue sock. First, I'll cut off the heel. And then after I've done that, I'm going to pull it over what I have of my penguin so far. Then I'll be making another running stitch to seal off the open end of the navy blue sock. For the next part of this tutorial, I really recommend that you use a white writing utensil. You're going to be using this to trace out the face of your penguin. I found it really tricky to do this because I didn't have one. Then you'll cut this out, and there's your face. Now we'll be stitching on the navy blue sock to the white body. To do this, you're basically just inserting your needle into the white part of the sock and then letting it come out of the blue part. Make sure you keep pulling out the sock so that you don't leave out any gaps. Now I'm going to mark my eyes out. Make sure they're farther than you want them to be because the beads will always come closer to each other. So the first thing I'll be doing is inserting my needle into one dot and making sure that it comes out of the other dot. Then I'll insert my other bead onto the other end of the string and pass it through onto the other side and loop through the bead. Pass it onto the other side, loop through the bead. I'll just keep doing this until I feel like my eyes are fully secure. Then I'll exit my needle out through the head and cut off the string. It'll just go straight through the surface. Now I'm tying a navy blue thread between the head and the body and knot the thread together. To make the wings of my penguin, I'm going to be cutting out 2 small rectangles out of my leftover navy blue sock. Then I'll fold my wing similarly to how you'd fold a paper airplane, as shown. After making sure that my wing is the right size for my penguin, I'm going to stitch the wing to itself so that it's super secure. I'll do this with a ladder stitch. Then I'll ladder stitch the wing onto the penguin. And that's our penguin halfway done. Now I'll take a patterned sock for my hat and I'm going to insert the open end onto its head. Then I'll cut off the excess piece with my scissors. Then I'm going to be turning my hat inside out and closing the open end off with a running stitch. After I loop knot my hat, I'm going to start making my scarf. To do this, I'll have to cut the leftover piece of sock into 3 rectangles. Be sure they're skinny so that they're easier to roll over. Then I'll roll that rectangle and stitch it to itself once again. And I'll ladder stitch one end onto the body. This is going to be the front part of my scarf. I'm going to stitch it to itself once again. And I'll try to make it look as clean as I can. And then I'll stitch the middle part of the scarf onto the penguin with a ladder stitch. Now I'll take my 3rd rectangle and stitch it to the back of the penguin the same way I did for the first. To make the beak, I'm tracing out a triangle onto yellow foam paper and I'm super gluing it onto my penguin. Then I'll use some blush to make cheeks for my penguin. And there you have it, and that's my finished penguin. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I did. I had a lot of fun making this penguin. And if you didn't know already, all toys I'm making are going to children in need, because every child deserves the chance to play, no matter where they are. This time, I'm going to be inviting you guys to join in and help children in Afghanistan through Save the Children. It's a wonderful charity organization and I'm urging everyone to donate. Afghanistan is already facing a history of critical conflict, and with the coronavirus, now millions of children are in desperate need education and basic health care services. So it would be great to see you all show your support. That's all for today. Thank you so much as always for watching and have a wonderful day.